Here's Bubba Pollard on the back bumper going down the back straightaway.
8 laps to go. If you're Bubba Pollard, this might be your chance to win your first ever Snowball Derby. He's going to give it 110%. Nasse leads with 8 to go.
He's never been this close, that's for sure. As he and Nasse race out of turn number 2, Pollard got a good run that time. He takes a peek to the inside. Will use the bumper in turn 3. He can't get there. Nasse continues to lead, but Pollard's right on him.
Loosens him up at the exit of turn number 4. Here's the shot for Bubba Pollard. He's got the bottom. Nasse chops him off. Around goes Stephen Nasse. Around goes Bubba Pollard. They're both up and into the fence. Nasse and Pollard clash again with 7 laps to go in the Snowball here at Five Flag Speedway.
Wow.
Check this out.
Wow.
Bubba Pollard's got his window net down quickly. Nasse's left side tires are not even on the ground right now. And another defeat for Bubba Pollard at the Snowball Derby.
Well, you could see it coming. You knew that Stephen Nasse was going to try and shut the door. You knew that Bubba Pollard was going to keep his foot in the door. And what happened from then on was ultimately predictable.
That race between Nasse and Majeski, how much of their cars did they use up as here comes Pollard out, having words with Stephen Nasse upon exit of his car?
As you, I think, would expect, considering the personalities involved and the past history. I don't know, guys. I mean, I have a hard time putting any blame on anybody there. That is just, that's what you do with 6 laps to go with the Snowball Derby.
Well, now Bubba Pollard's gotten back in his car, and Stephen Nasse, I mean, he was at least motioning to the safety crew down there that I think he didn't want to get hooked up to the wrecker. I'm not so sure if they get Nasse's car off here that Pollard may be able to drive away.
Just got to lift the 51 off the front, and it doesn't look like it has too severe of damage.
3 of the greatest drivers to ever race here at Five Flag Speedway, Stephen Nasse, Bubba Pollard, and Ty Majeski. That's a dream.
I don't know that you're ever going to see 8 better laps on a short track than you saw right there.
No.
It is so hard to run the outside lane like that, and for Majeski to do it for so long, might have used up a lot of his equipment in the process, but now he's in the lead. It might not matter.
What's it matter? And I'm going to tell you something. You know, you got Gio Ruggiero up there. Travis Braden is still in this thing, and it's looking so much like 2019. I hate to keep going back there. It is.
Again.
It looks so much like it. Let's take a look on this replay at what happened as they went down into turn 1. It was really hard to get an idea of exactly how they made contact going into turn 1. Here's some contact out of 4.
Pollard loosened him up coming off 4. There's no question about that. He got to the inside ever so slightly, maybe a foot going down into turn 1. No question about that. Here's where Stephen Nasse says, you're not far enough in, I'm coming to the left. That's where Bubba Pollard says, I am far enough in, I'm not backing out. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Well, Stephen Nasse came down one time, and I think that was okay. But that second time when he came down, I mean, Pollard didn't have anywhere to go because the wall was on his inside. Watch here. Nasse's going to come down, and then he's going to come down again here into turn 1. Right? Oh, gosh.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah. And at this point, he's just along for the ride. There's no intent on either man's fault there. Right front is down on the Bubba Pollard car, and Stephen Nasse's in full spin mode, so neither one of them responsible for anything from there on. I'll tell you, guys, I'll say it again. That, to me, is just hard-nosed racing in the final 10 laps of the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, guys, we've caught up with Bubba Pollard, who gave the fans probably the 6 or 8 greatest laps we've ever seen at the Snowball Derby with you and Stephen Nasse, but it all comes to naught as you guys got tangled up over in turn 1. What'd you see from your seat?
We wrecked. What else you don't know? It's the same shit, different day.
This racetrack, you have a love-hate relationship with this place, some of your highest highs, some of your lowest lows. This event means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we work for all year, so try to get next year. We got a good race car, put ourselves in position to win, and could have raced it out, but it didn't happen that way.
A frustrated Bubba Pollard will come back to the Snowball Derby next year to try to win it for the first time in his illustrious Hall of Fame-worthy career.
Just hard racing. Tell you what, we're going to win the Snowball Derby. I ain't going to give it up, that's for sure. I ain't going to sit here and lie, try to say I wasn't trying to crowd Bubba, and I'm sure he'll sit here and say, that he was trying to kind of get in the left rear to get me a little bit out of the track, and we're just racing to win, and I'm not super upset about it. I knew, kind of sitting there under that red flag, that it was either going to be checkers or wreckers, basically, and them guys had some fast cars behind me, and just unfortunate. I hate it for the both of us. Definitely don't want to end up with wreck race cars, but going for wins, it happens sometimes.
You mentioned about fast cars. We talked last year after this race. You're on the front stretch, 36 to 3rd. But today, with that quality of cars, you, Majeski, Bubba, on and on and on, they knew you were here. You led the most laps. Heck of an effort for you and the Campy group.
Yeah. Anthony Campy and the guys, Jimmy and all the guys, they just do such a good job in preparing these race cars. And, we kind of got lucky there qualifying in the top 10, and it's definitely much easier than having to pass 30-something cars. We had a very good race car all race, and definitely always stings a little bit more when you lead so many laps like that and fall a little bit short. But this is short track racing, the Snowball Derby, and anything can happen.
You talk about short track racing. I want to talk to you too about that battle before all the craziness. You and Majeski side by side and just packed in there. That, from all of us watching, was some of the best stuff we've seen. That was pretty awesome from here. How was it from your perspective?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I didn't even think I was going to be able to clear him. He just kept getting such good drive off the corner. He definitely had me nervous. We got in there and we rubbed a little bit too, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is a Snowball Derby, and I'm sure there's no hard feelings there. Ty did a great job executing, and congrats to them. Just hopefully next year we can come back and maybe beat them.